Hello, this is Dennis Polis with another in the series of Open Philosophy videos. In this video, we will be continuing our exploration of the question, what is truth? We will be looking at the relationship between what is in the mind and reality with a view toward coming to a workable definition of truth. As we saw in the first video on the subject of truth, truth cannot be consistently applied to a closed system of thought. It requires an open system, one in which we touch upon reality and reference reality. Truth is a property of knowledge, and in knowledge we have a subject who approaches an object from a certain perspective or point of view, interacts with it, and as a result forms some thoughts. Our question is, what makes these thoughts true or false? The most obvious answer is that our thoughts are true when they correspond with reality. Thus, our thoughts about John might correspond to John, and our thoughts about Mary might correspond to Mary. But what about universal thoughts, like human being? The world does not contain any universal human beings. It only contains Johns and Marys and Toms and Sallys and Janes. So, what corresponds to universal ideas like human being? Another problem is what corresponds to abstract ideas like numbers and figures, the things we use in geometry. Yes, I know that Plato thought that there were entities corresponding to our universal ideas and to mathematical abstractions, and that a number of modern mathematicians like Roger Penrose still believe in these Platonic ideals, things which exist in a world beyond space and time, and which are known by some kind of mystical intuition instead of experience. Yet Aristotle's hard analysis showed that the ideas of Plato about universal ideas existing in and by themselves are neither consistent nor in agreement with experience. In another video in the future, we can discuss Plato in more detail. But for the present, it's adequate to simply say that his ideas don't work, and to replace them with a better definition of truth, one that was invented or discovered by Isaac ben Israel and taken up by St. Thomas Aquinas. And it is this, that truth is the adequacy or approach to equality of what is in the intellect to reality. It is when our intellectual notions are adequate to reality that we can consider them true. This adequacy depends on what we're doing. Truths which are adequate to some situations may be inadequate to more demanding situations. For example, consider Newtonian physics. A teacher teaching Newtonian physics is not teaching falsehoods or lies, but truths. Yet the truths that he's teaching are limited. Newtonian physics applies to a wide range of phenomena, to the weather, to oceans, to the planetary motions, and yet there are limits to its application. It doesn't apply in relativistic situations. It doesn't apply in quantum situations. These limits do not make Newtonian mechanics false. They simply make it a part of human knowledge, for all human knowledge is limited to some projection of reality. More encompassing theories, like quantum mechanics, are also limited. Classical quantum mechanics is limited because it doesn't deal with relativistic cases. Relativistic quantum mechanics is limited when we come to extreme situations, such as the Big Bang, where we have to combine both quantum and general relativistic ideas in order to explain what's going on, and we don't have a really sound complete theory at the moment. All human knowledge is limited, but much of it is adequate to our needs. This adequacy, as I say, depends on what our needs are, and so Truth is an analogous concept